Here he comes. This is the drug mule. And he wasn't in the bike lane. He was actually in the street. So, yeah. The cops are letting him do this. The cops are letting him do this. He's been doing this now for 2 years. Last winter on a bicycle with a motor on it. This year with I don't know what, a 50, I don't know. A Honda 50, the size of a Honda 50, the old dirt bikes they used to sell. And it is a pull start, and it's loud as shit, as you can hear. But he's out here morning, noon, afternoon, and 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, what would he be doing out here all hours of the night and day? Looks like he's hauling drugs. You know what I mean? That should warrant in and of itself an investigation. He was really hot and heavy when the meth was around here. Seems to have dried up thanks to somebody I know, Wade Wilkinson and me. But Wade running his big mouth and me, passed it on to the popo. But the cop just followed him down. Just now, a cop just went by right behind him. Now, why aren't they stopping him? Look, there goes another cop right there. Why aren't they stopping him? He just started up his vehicle. Maybe they are. Maybe they are following him. Or he's working for them. One or the other. But all I know is wherever he stops that thing, he has to sleep. When he sleeps, I would just walk up and put a GPS tracker on that thing and follow him around. You can find all the drugs he's delivering or whoever's, the big guys are. That's what I would do. But hey, that's just me. All right, 2 cops just went down behind him. Not like, I would say about 20 cars behind him and maybe 30 car lengths. You know what I mean? It wasn't right behind him. So I don't know if they're following him or he is a cop and he's actually out here making drug buys and drug sales, whatever it could be. I don't know, but he looks scruffy. He stopped and talked to me one time, the guy on the dirt bike, and I felt very uneasy. He got off his bike and said, "Oh, there's too many cops around here," under his breath. And I'm like, well, why would you be worried about how many cops are around here? Then he pushed his bike through the crosswalk, around to the corner, and up onto the corner by some mailboxes. I think they were mailboxes or trash cans on Franklin. So I engaged him, but I stayed 15 feet away from him just in case he tried to pull something. And I said, "Oh, that's a nice mini bike." And he goes, "Yeah, it does like 61 miles an hour." And I'm like, "That's pretty cool. Brand new balloon tires on it." But it sounded like I got that like hackles on the neck feeling that he wanted to say something to me. Like, you know what I mean? Because I was filming him last year when he had the bicycle. And he has the same MO. You can hear him riding out to the motel. There's a motel in that direction. Arm & Hammer Boulevard and Industrial Highway meet. And there's a motel back in that way. And you can hear him motoring out there last winter on his bike and on this fucking contraption he's driving now. So last weekend on a Sunday, they had bikers lined up all here, brand new Harleys, and then a couple of them pulled over here by the head shop, and you can hear him talking, and he's like, "Oh, we'll get him out of here. We can get this guy out of here." And I took it. They were talking about me because they were looking over this way, up at my cameras, and the biker said, "Where does he hang? Down by the New York store, huh? Or the Rivet? Okay, we'll get him." And then he said, "Does he have any tattoos?" So I assumed they were talking about me because I do have tattoos all over. So, yeah, the only thing I couldn't see was they had a top rocker and a bottom rocker, but they didn't have a middle patch. I couldn't tell if they were Wheels of Soul or the breed. So, or just some nitwit fucking crew of idiots that had patches like, the Wild Hogs without the hog on it, they didn't have the centerpiece. But, so, and then they all fired him up and went down that way, staring up here. So I don't know if he was trying to get bikers after me. I don't know what the hell the thing was, but I'm tired of the meth. I'm tired of the fentanyl. And even more so, what it's doing to people. I'm tired of the crazies getting high. I mean, listen, you take a mentally ill person and you put methamphetamine in them, which makes you paranoid, makes you severely angry. It gives you steroid rage. And you see all kinds of shit, if you're up too many days. So, yeah, you take a mentally ill person and put that in their system. And they were literally, 3 or 4 weeks ago, they were literally walking that, well, maybe a little longer than that, walking down the sidewalk, barking at tree leaves and trying to bite themselves in the face, rah, rah, screaming at the top of their lungs. There goes another cop. There was another guy over here that comes out here just screaming at the top of his lungs. This is one of the distribution centers and over at the Smith Towers where methamphetamine was being dropped. I know that for a fact. I was told that by Wade Wilkinson, who, as a self-proclaimed professor he could be the mayor of this town. That's what he told me. He knows everybody and everything about everybody. So he was telling me all the people that were getting high below my window and who was dealing the crack and who was doing this and and all I did was pass it on to the police. So, yeah, I mean, who was cooking the meth? He wanted me to go over to the guy's house. I'm like, I ain't going. What are you, nuts? I said, first of all, quit telling me who's doing what. I don't want to fucking know. You know what I mean? I don't want these guys trying to kill me. Well, here we are. And now I got bikers after me because I don't want this in my town. Look, my town wasn't Mayberry. Do you understand what I mean? But I could count the crazies on one hand. You knew who to avoid 30 years ago, 25 years ago. We had one drug corridor that was Washington Street, a little bit of Beach, a little bit of Chestnut, a little bit of Walnut. But you knew where to avoid. The Village, you know what I mean? Now, it's fucking everywhere. ODs at the police station, the library, North End Shopping Center. It's everywhere. York Street is now Fentanyl Alley, all the way down to the overdose motel down here by the police station. It is nuts in this town. Actually, it's been pretty quiet. But we got this one straggler, this one idiot on a moped that wants to, deliver drugs or whatever he's doing, working for the cops. He's getting away with it. So I assume he's either a stool pigeon or a snitch for the cops, or is a cop himself and he's making drug buys or drug sales for the cops, one or the other, or they're just seeing where he goes to see what shenanigans he's up to. You better have some bags with you, lady. That dog looks like he can crap out a midget. But anyway, it's ridiculous what this small town has become. And this town ain't maybe 3 miles long by 4 miles wide. It's not that big of a town. You got a college here, community college here now. A lot of opportunities for people to set up shop like that, with drugs and not just fentanyl, marijuana, speed, freaking heroin. It's in this town now, and it never used to have to go down to Philly or up to Allentown to get heroin. Now it's right here. Bam! It's in town. It's right here. So yeah, it's scary. And fentanyl, same way. What's next? Trank? You're gonna see zombies like nodding out on the sidewalks out here. I don't know, but they just did a hit on Kensington. I hope they come to Pottstown, Norristown, Reading, all over here. Pennsylvania needs Donald Trump and those what do you call them? Weekend warrior soldiers. So yeah, that's what I call them. So there he is again, and it's like I said, it's all day long. Last night I clocked him at 3:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I have a video on my YouTube wall. Today he's out full force selling them drugs. All right, I don't care anymore. Daytime and days down at the bottom.